Hey gang, I want to talk to you today about what I call full range contraction and what that means. Because this is what's going to keep you safe in the gym. I mean, in the 40 years I've spent in the gym, I've seen so many guys tearing muscles, tearing their pecs, tearing their biceps, quads, what have you, because they're overextending the motion. So let me put it this way. It's like if you take a rubber band and you stretch it to a certain point, to its limit, and then you do that little bit extra, pop, what happens? Yeah, things break and things separate, and that's kind of what happens. So not to scare anybody, because if you do this right, you're going to never have a problem. I mean, I've been training for literally 50 some years, and I've never had a problem with it. So what it means is you want to hold the tension, in other words, hold the contraction of the muscle for the full range of motion. And the way that I like to explain that is if you're doing a chest fly with some dumbbells. Obviously, when you get wide with it, if you're overextending, the only way to keep going is to have this muscle actually relax and all the tension goes into the shoulders. And then when you put the tension back on, it's kind of a shock and the muscle's already stretched. So think about that rubber band, right? That's where things tear, and that's where injuries happen, is when you're overextending. So the right way to do it is, as long as you can keep the tension on that muscle, you can go as far as you want. As soon as it feels like it would lose that tension, you need to stop and bring it back. So keeping the tension for the full range of motion is going to be the safest way to train, and that includes every body part. If I see someone that's squatting and they're bouncing at the bottom, man, that is that same thing. They're stretching that muscle more than it should be. Bouncing's not good. It's hard on the joints. It's hard on the ligaments. And that's kind of where things tear. So let's be careful out there. Full range of motion, nothing to be afraid of. You actually get way more benefit when you're controlling the eccentric as well as the concentric part of the motion. And I'm going to talk about that in another video. In other words, full range contraction. Thanks.